Hi, welcome to Soulful Ministries and Outreach. I'm Henriette Hobson. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the focus of the channel, which is no more Jim Crow. We're not going back. Welcome to Jesus. He is the author and the finisher of my faith and the author and finisher of my life. He is the focus of this channel, and that we are representing him on this channel, what he has called me to represent him the way that he should be in what I know about it. Okay, there's way more, but the things that I do know that are needing to be corrected, that's what I do. And I will continue to do that boldly, not ashamed of the gospel. And, Jesus is Lord and King. And the channel is to bring a platform for Black Americans to feel loved, know that God loves them, woo them back to Jesus because they've gotten hoodwinked, bamboozled, deceived into going out and getting involved in different cults and satanic worship that seduced them through the entertainment industry and lust of things. So, which is all of us, we all have been affected by it, but uh, Jesus has been totally misrepresented here, especially in America. He is been painted white. He has been said that he is in favor of slavery and that Black people are not, you know, equal to any other culture or race or what have you. All of it lies, 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 lies. And he does not want this to continue to go on. Us as born again believers are supposed to be the ones that's bold to stand up and speak forward about him and the truth about him and his love and what he has already done. And so, here we are. Everyone's welcome. There's no prejudice here, only the love of God. You bless Black Americans, God will bless you. Anytime we help someone, no matter what color, what race they are, there's a blessing in the principle, the what's the word I'm looking for? How it's set up, what God has said, how His blessings come. Well, I want to just, I guess I'm in a hurry to get into this because it's really, really important. There's a lot going on, of course, with Donald Trump and America. Uh, First of all, we need to pray. The Bible does tell us to pray for the people that are leading the country, whether we want to say he's our leader or not. We may not agree with him, but he is the leader of the country that we're citizens of. And we need to pray for him regardless, shutting down the evil and praying that he will be set free and delivered, even though we've already done that over and over and over again, and he has proven himself not to want Jesus. Or, let God handle him the way that God does it best. Whatever he is how he's going, actually, Satan will handle him. Because when he gets through with him, he's going to destroy him just like he destroys everybody that he uses. That is no threat to the safety of the president or anything like that. So don't even try to get that twisted or anything, because it's not what I'm saying. I'm speaking biblical terms, the way biblical things work. And we all have to answer to Jesus. And if we disobey him, if we go Satan's way and choose not to go Jesus' way, there's consequences in anything that we do. And Satan is not a good master. He is not a good God. And he's not God at all, but because Jesus is the one true and only living God. It's just that when they call him their God. So he is truly operating as far as he can go as a dictator and steady opening up new ways to fulfill that. Now, he's cocky right now. And the thing is that do not ever think that he has a conscience, because he does not. He's on a mission. He's an agent of Satan, and he's demon possessed. He's on a mission to do what it is that Satan wants done. So no matter how people try to embarrass him, not saying that you shouldn't put out the truth and expose and do all those things. He's got people in place that are agents of his and Satan's that will vote for him to cover him. It's going to eventually, this too shall pass. Eventually it's going to come to an end, to a stop. And all those that are going against what's right and righteous have consequences they have to answer to as well. I hear people at these town halls and what have you, they're booing the Republican representatives and what have you. And that's, you know what, that's good. Boo them. Hold them accountable. Call them on the carpet about it. Out in the open and all that. But if you don't vote against them and run them out of office, impeach them or whatever it is that you can do, and you keep sitting there thinking that you're getting your point across and you still want to stay a red state and you want to stay even if you're angry with Trump about what he's not doing, if you insist on wanting to stay a quote MAGA Trumpite, maybe a semi-MAGA, whatever you think, well, I don't believe in everything that he's doing. Yeah, but that whole mindset, what most people wanted that are following him, is to see black people, back in the fields and, in the whole slavery, Jim Crow, less than, unequal to white America. So, in any other culture, as far as white supremacy minded people think. Now listen, you can boo these people all day long, but if you don't vote against them and get them out of office, giving them another chance to do nothing but throw you under the bus, keep your families hungry and struggling, there you go. That's what exactly is going to happen, because they don't have a conscience. They have been, to put it simply and plainly, we're talking spiritual things more than anything, and it's manifesting in the natural. And these people, there's spells on them. There are spells put out for people that agree with, certain sins and certain ways and concepts and what have you. And they are being driven, and they don't have a real conscience. And so you think that because you are white or whatever, that you can reason with them, call them out, expose them, shame them, plead with them. They don't care. If they cared, you wouldn't be in this situation even now. There are even now, and I'm talking to my Black Americans at this moment on this, more so than anything, because a lot of it is coming up on social media that they're saying we want Donald Trump to send the National Guard and what have you into our city, because we're tired of living in fear and living in this poverty and living in this, crime-ridden whatever. Your desperation calling for one of Satan's workers to come and try to rescue you is a real bad move. The problem is, yes, you may get a relief for you, just because you see a little bit of a relief from DC for 1 week. They were already, even though they weren't doing the best job ever, but they were working at it and chipping away at it. And it's great to, have this peace. Who doesn't want that? The only thing is that when Satan gives you something, you can count on it. It's going to turn worse later. There are consequences that's going to come along with that. See, what he's doing, he's trying to go completely martial law, don't dictator all the way, and it's all against black people. When they say blue states, they're talking about black people that he wants to really get. And if white people get casualties along the way, he doesn't care because it's all about him and his power. So he's talking about bringing capital punishment back. Who do you think he's really trying to put that on? Blue states, black people. If fear tactics work, it would have never gotten like it is to begin with. He has always wanted to torture, lock up, beat, all murder. He started lynching you again. If I would be surprised if I know it's in his mind, but whether he has done it or not, he said anything. He haven't said anything about that yet. He's bringing that capital punishment back for you very black ones that are coming on the screen saying, we want him to bring it because we're tired of living in this poverty. You want somebody else to solve your problem for you when you live right there, and you and all of those there, should have years ago gathered together and come against a lot of things on our own. But if we keep looking to white supremacists to rescue us, their rescue is gather your behind up and throw you in some type of confinement, prison, some type of concentration camp, ship you off somewhere because he doesn't want us here. If we're not in the fields satisfying his horrible, evil, racist heart and your mind, he doesn't want you here. So, and he's not following the Constitution. He's doing everything that he wants to do. Pretty much. He's finding a way to slime and snake his way in to doing the things that he wants done with the help of the same slimy ones that are there, standing there looking at him, knowing it's wrong, and they're doing it anyway because they're afraid of him. They want the whatever money or perks that it is that's coming with it. And there you go. They're going to answer to God. Everybody answers to God. Everyone. So, yes, it'd be great if it had some rules and some guidelines that protected us. But see, the only thing is while you're calling for him to bring the National Guard in and all the different, law enforcement or what have you, you get swooped up in right along with it. The innocent end up, when you throw a fishing net out, you catch a multitude of all types of sea creatures. You don't just get the one species of fish in particular. You end up with some of everything in there. And then the men that work on the boats and what have you, and the fishermen, they have to take and throw out what it is that they don't want. When he throws that net out, he's coming after anyone, especially if you're black. They're knocking on people's doors, busting in their houses, guys sitting out on the porch, minding their business, smoking a cigarette. I don't know if they're smoking whatever, or drinking whatever, but they weren't doing anything wrong. They were just hanging out. And may have been working all day and just was hanging out with each other. But here comes the police, the FBI or whoever it was, ICE or whatever, and was harassing them and asking them questions. I mean, they did it nicely before the camera. And he was like, hey guys, hey, is everything okay? And that's great. If you come to check to make sure everything's okay, that's one thing. Just down there on the edge of the curb walking by is, hey, how y'all doing? Just patrolling, making sure everything's all right. Everything good? All right, bro, keep it up. That's, but they stopped, came up to them, put somebody in handcuffs, started mess, started arresting people that weren't doing anything wrong. People were trying to leave and get out of the area, and they were stopping them. And arresting them, harassing them. So you know what? I feel you. I grew up in the hood. I know what it can be like. I understand that. I mean, they were throwing, naked women out of windows and shooting people and, dead bodies and stuff. I mean, I get it. But you know what? If we don't organize with those that do care and start using that wonderful genius brain that God has given us and get a strategy going to work a system out, there has got to be at least one police officer within the district that wants to work with you to help you get things flowing and going. And even if not, find out what the law is. Stay within it. But it's best to find at least one ally in law enforcement so that they will know you're there, that you are only out there trying to do good. But I don't know all the strategies myself. Those are things that have to be prayed for, because we're dealing against evil, against wickedness. And you must use Christ, the Holy Spirit, in order to combat the wickedness. That's the only thing that works against spirit to spirit. You can't beat a demon out of people. People have tried that. Okay, the fear, the violence, all that you've got it. And then I'm hearing them blame the church. Yeah, the church is at fault. Like he said, these preachers are out here, they're so busy trying to, scam people out of their money for their own riches and gain, that they're not caring about what else is going on and not going to even think about making, getting in situations where it might be a little touchy. Wow. So be careful what you ask for. You think for a few minutes, and you think you're going to get a break. Once you open that door and start, the enemy, he takes over. Look what Trump has done. He's gotten in office and look at what he's doing. He's taking food out of the mouths of children, taking people's EBT cards, I forget the SNAP or whatever, Medicaid, messing with senior citizens Medicare, trying to link into and will link into their bank accounts, because eventually he's going to steal their money if as much as he can. He says he wants to do something, to help. All along he's working his way into your bank account, into your pockets and all. And so don't ask to. I'm glad the crime is down. We all want that. It's awesome. But if there's way more to it, it's just like when a new pharmaceutical product comes out. You can't just take it from the lab and put it out on the market. You've got to test it out on human beings. This is why they have these test studies people sign up for, to, test to see what it is. Actually, they used to use animals, and now they've got so over animal conscious, you can't even use animals anymore. You got to use humans. Human life don't mean a dadgum thing to animal lovers. But a week has gone by and it looks all rosy, and he's talking a whole lot of rosy stuff, feeding you a bunch of garbage, because he wants to enter into every city in this nation, and he's putting his fingers into other parts of the world. He's trying to get Ukraine. That's the reason why he ain't trying to stop that war. That is not in his intentions at all. His intentions are to get Zelensky to give up Ukraine. Same thing with think he cares about the Palestinians? Not at all. He wants Palestine. He wants Gaza. And him and Netanyahu greedy. And neither one of them have been a total success in what they're doing. Both been, accused of being, and of maybe not anything stick to them, but they did it. So don't, be careful. Be careful now. Now, the politicians that you have, they should have done more. Now everybody's kind of looking back thinking what they maybe should have done. Well, we don't want to do it that way. Well, a lot of times people want to just keep you hanging on this, So don't pray, believe God, figure out some strategy along with your alderman. Start somebody that you can actually get contact with, and work your way, because he is definitely. He wants this. What he's doing is like a lynch mob. Vigilantes out there. We don't know who the heck they are behind masks. They're out there snatching people out of everywhere. Churches, grocery stores, schools, you name it. It's not sacred. And they're going in and taking people. And they don't care if they get the wrong people. Innocent people. They're trying to take black people while they were trying to take the Hispanic people. So black people don't get don't you. This man is very evil. He holds the key to a lot of power in the earth. And the ability to take that pen and executive order his way through a lot of things. And you may find yourself locked up somewhere. Your family locked up, your sons and your daughters without a job, a place, a way to provide. All because you're thinking, well, I'm going to get on the devil's side and no, you need to be seeking God and finding out God's way. Because his way, he knows how to take care of it. Read the Bible. Read the Old Testament about some wars and things that have taken place. There have been situations that came up that God, he fixed it for them to the place that not one soldier had to lift a finger. The enemy got confused for the evil that they operate in, worked against them, and they started turning on each other and killed each other out, wiped each other out, the whole camp. All the spoils that they had of silver and gold and all the different garments and different things they left it all. Their bodies laid out there, and God's people just get to come, which is the black Hebrews. There were no Jews in those days. Come and take the wealth of the wicked, laid up for the just. So, there are ways to handle situations that you don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything. You just have to seek God, find out what it is he wants you to do. Don't move. Don't be eager to raise your sword, pull your firearm out, all of that. just keep chilled. Because once your head gets hot with rage and anger and indignation, you've been feeling, offended, and you're trying to prove I'm going to show. No, 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 no. They win because you end up in jail or hurt or killed or something. Okay? So anyway, there we are. There we are. I wanted to bring that out because I saw that going on for quite a while, and it's really getting quite a few people, Black people, that are coming on TikTok and Instagram and different social medias and saying that they want Donald Trump to come and do this. No, you really don't. No, you really don't. So anyway, I pray that all is well with you and for you. I hope this encouraged you because God can and He will. We have to just stand and believe Him. Trust Him. I know we're tired. You get tired of but you have to ask God, what are you not doing? What are you either doing and or not doing to keep this crime and whatever fueled? And you think, well, I stay to myself, I don't do anything, blah, blah. Sometimes just staying to yourself is not the best idea. It's getting together with people of like mind and finding a way to get some, we got to pray no matter what. Get instruction. Get moving. We'll get moving when we want to get. We want to go to the club. Y'all, you find a way. You want to, whatever. Your friend got a barbecue going. You gonna go to the barbecue, but are you all actually doing anything? You might be talking about it if you even talk about it. But what are you getting together and actually doing when you get finished with the barbecue that day? You should be praying together at that barbecue. And you need to be getting together and finding out how you can do X, Y, and Z. Even if you could only just take care of your own block. And then try to, reach the neighbors on the other block. Sometimes it's just little steps, but you got to start. Jesus loves you. He cares about what's happening to you. Reach out to Him and trust Him. See you next time.